Okay, we're looking for iron. We're looking to prepare ourselves a bit more before we go into the cave that's to my back. Because we just got killed after finding exactly what I was looking for, so we need to juice up a bit. Anyways, I quit my job in March of this year. So for the longest time I'd wanted to work in government, and I finally got the opportunity. I jumped in, I spent a couple of months there, and I found that I absolutely hated it. I hated the office politics, I hated the way they did things that were too slow and cumbersome, and I found that I really didn't get along with my boss to the point where she started sabotaging my work. And when I had a chat to her boss about it, the response I got was rather lackluster. Now, at the same time, I was thinking about quitting this place anyways. Two of my former managers had reached out discreetly and said, "Hey, do you want to come work for us?" Independently, of course. And I was like, okay, I've got two different offers from people that I actually have worked with in the past and didn't mind working with. I hate my current job. I'm thinking about quitting anyways. The universe is trying to tell me something. So I took the leap of faith. I quit my job and I said, all right, I'm going to take a few weeks off. I'll live off my savings and then I'll restart these roles refreshed and whatnot, right? It's been about 4 or 5 weeks since then, and both of those managers have ghosted me since then. So the jobs that I was hoping to have sort of waiting have fallen through, and I'm in a position where I need to start looking for work, which, is what it is. But it made me start to think, how much time do I actually have to find a good job? So, me being me, I put together a spreadsheet which has all of my savings, all of my assets, liquid and non liquid, or more liquid and less liquid is probably the better way to describe it. Put together the spreadsheets, ran some calculations, and I arrived at a number. That number represents my total net worth as of right now. I don't own a I don't own property, I'm still renting. Funnily enough, I could easily afford the mortgage repayments, but I can't afford the deposit to get it, so I'm sort of locked out of the home ownership market at the moment, which is fantastic. But setting that all aside, I arrived at a number and I found that all of my hard work over the years, all of doing the things we're told to do, build up a career, build up a resume, build up good experiences, get different certifications, different qualifications, all of it hasn't really amounted to much. I'm a millennial, right? So I've been working for quite a while. I have done all the things you're supposed to do in terms of getting certifications, qualifications, etc. And the total number that I arrived at is just not impressive at all. I'm 6 months away from bankruptcy. If I don't find work and start bringing in some income and rebuilding that savings pile, then in 6 months I won't be able to afford rent, which means that I'll be homeless. And that made me realize just how pointless all of this is, how tenuous my own existence is. It also made me realize, when I checked my superannuation, my savings fund, how little is actually in there. Based on how expensive things are right now, there is 1 year of life in that retirement fund right now. And things are only going to get more expensive. Cost of living is only going to go up, it never goes down. So, what that means is I don't have enough to retire. It is actually financially better for me to die young rather than to. What am I even doing? Than to try and live to retirement age and then not actually be able to retire because I can't afford to. And I found that really disheartening. I found that as quite a sobering wake up call saying, what the hell was the point of all this? What was the point of all the hard effort? What was the point of the 12-hour days? When at any point in time, if my circumstances change unfavorably, I'm 6 months away from bankruptcy, and at the end of that process, I have no real money. Like, if I get a job tomorrow, I'm still going to have to rebuild the savings that I've used to pay for my current rent and bills and food and whatnot. And yeah, it was just a very disheartening realization. It has left me thoroughly black-pilled. Whereas once I saw all these videos of people complaining online saying, I can't believe I have to work all these hours just to survive and whatnot, and I just sort of dismissed it and was like, yeah, that's just how life is. I now sympathize with them. I now understand them. I'm in the same boat. Like, for all my hard work and effort and all of the things that I've sacrificed and given up to do, at any point in time, I'm 6 months away from bankruptcy and homelessness. And yeah, in the movies and the TV shows, now's about the time where the protagonist comes up with some amazing scheme. They self actualize their dreams, they become wealthy, they get the girl or the boy or what have you. They offer some great life advice for the audience, which will help inspire and encourage them. In this case, I got nothing. I legitimately don't see a way out of this. I am essentially a modern peasant, a serf. I will work until the day I die. I will have very little. I will be unhappy the entire time. I hate to quote the whole "you will own nothing and be happy" nonsense from the World Economic Forum. I think that's absolute bullshit. In reality, it's going to be I will own very little. I will be unhappy for most of that time, and eventually, when I die, that will be the only real relief I ever get in a financial sense. And that thought is both sobering and terrifying. Now, I should make the comment that this is not a call for help. This is not a sign of ideation. I'm not going to expand on what that means because this video goes on YouTube and YouTube doesn't like human things like that. That's not what this is. This is basically a kind of thinking out loud stream of consciousness acceptance of the situation and realizing that I am thoroughly screwed and will be for the rest of my life. I wasn't born with the silver spoon in mouth. And despite all of my efforts, it seems like I'm not able to build one or buy one or get one myself. So what's next? Well, I've already started the job hunt. I will be registering for a few different websites to see if I can get some ad hoc work, pick up some extra income. I've got a list of things that I can sell to get some extra cash coming in. I've still got some savings, although those are burning out week by week. I'm in the position where I have 6 months and then I'm completely bankrupt. So as long as I find a decent paying job in that time, I'm back on track. But in the back of my head, the thought still exists. What happens the next time that I finish up work and I don't have something lined up? What happens if the company goes under and I'm left in a situation where I don't have anything to jump to just yet? What happens if I become too sick to work? There is no solution. There is no safety net except for what I built myself. And every time I use that safety net, I exhaust it and need to rebuild it over time. And it just feels like a downward spiral that will never end. And I guess that's where I'll leave it.